Well, today is the day, and this is what we're doing. So today we are going to a couple of comic shops. One I haven't been to in a couple of years, Coliseum of Comics over here by Mall at Millennia, and the other one I've never been to, over off of I-Drive. So just kind of in the mood to check these out today, and that is what's happening.
It's supposed to be one of the best they ever did. I don't know what it's called.
First, we decided to stop by Coliseum of Comics, the Millennia location. Coliseum of Comics is a Florida chain. There's about 10 to 12, I'm not sure the exact number, but around 10 to 12 locations in all across Central Florida. There's North, Central, and Western Florida. But I've been to, I guess, about four, maybe three or four of the locations. And like most comic shops, they have things in addition to comic books themselves. They have gaming, they have all of these figurines you see here, and I love those things, especially the Star Wars ones. Obviously, being the massive Star Wars fan that I am, I love looking at this stuff. So yeah, the toys, games, memorabilia, Funkos, everything they sell here is really cool to look at, kind of check it all out. I can kill usually an hour or so in one of these stores. Now, my history with comic books themselves, I've never been a big comic fan. Now, when I was a kid, yeah, I read a lot of stuff. I read Daredevil, I read Ghost Rider, I read Fantastic Four was a big favorite of mine, and there's a Silver Surfer on the ceiling. But beyond that, I never got that addicted to comics. So in my adult life, I basically don't read them at all. Ironically, in the last, I'd say 2 to 3 years, I've gotten back into where I read a couple of things here and there. A little bit of Fantastic Four, a little bit of the new Alien series have actually been really, really good. Those are quite outstanding. But beyond that, I just don't get into comics. I just never really have. Even Star Wars, as big of a fan as I am, I just haven't read, since I was a kid, I haven't read Star Wars comics. They just don't interest me too much. I guess I'd have to say the exception to that is I have read a couple of the Darth Vader series comics, which are pretty good, and a couple of the Darth Maul series comics, which were pretty good as well. But beyond that, the Alien series is a couple of series that I've read there are really outstanding, and
Special issue.
that's really about it, honestly.
Can go for a while. Number one can go for a while.
Now, when I was a kid, the issues I'm showing you right here, I had all of these, and my friends and I would read through them. I had a massive bag. This cover in particular, Pariah, was one of my favorite covers for some reason. I don't know, it always caught my eye. But the old Star Wars comics from '78 were just fantastic. I used to love those. I made the 10-minute drive over from Coliseum of Comics to Gods and Monsters, which I've never been to this location. This is located just off of I-Drive, very northern end of I-Drive, not far from the old, formerly known as Festival Bay Mall. As I mentioned previously, I've never been to Gods and Monsters before, but I was blown away. I got to admit, this was so cool. It was huge. I've seen other people do video vlogs of this place before, but it doesn't really show the enormity of the place on the video. I was blown away. I could have spent a whole day in this place. The Star Wars stuff alone, as you can see here, was just massive. And in the back, I'll get to it here in a minute, they have an entire bar in the back that's all dedicated to Fallout, which I've never really watched or seen, but it's cool just to check it out. So stick with me on the video here and we'll get there. Okay, that Wampa is really cool. Luke's been working out. So clearly it wasn't just Star Wars, it was pretty much every kind of pop culture genre that you can come up with that they had featured here. Well, obviously with superheroes, other science fiction, gaming, Fallout, as I already mentioned, that the entire bar in the back is dedicated to, Indiana Jones. It's just a really, really cool place. I will definitely be going back here. So a couple of months ago, I'm glad I watched. I believe it was Adam the Woo that did a video from back here. Otherwise, I honestly wouldn't have known to come back into this place and check it out, and that would have been a huge miss to come here and not come in and see and document this cool place. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Fallout. Just I've never played the game. I've never seen the show. Nothing against it. It's just not something I've gotten into. But this is really intense. This place is pretty cool, pretty intense. I'm not into Fallout. I don't play the game and haven't watched the show, but very, very intense. Cool stuff. All right, so picked up a couple of things. I do like supporting the local comic shops like this, and it's a really cool place. So I definitely recommend you coming here. I got a couple of the first two issues of this new run called Red, White, and Blood. And basically, what it is the ink inside the issue is only black, white, and red. So it's pretty cool. But I like this. This is the alternate cover for issue 1. I just like it because it's more of a throwback to the original Alien. And then in issue 2. Right here. And also, they were giving away freebies of this new Acolyte poster. So I thought that was pretty cool. So picked up a couple of those. Pretty cool. Coming June 4th. I hope it's good. I'm holding my breath. Not really. And that is a wrap for this video. Thanks for liking, subscribing, supporting the channel, and as always, I'm done here.